If you could describe your experience with seminar in one word, what word would you guys choose?
One word.
Can I have it hyphenated?
Yes.
Eye-opening?
Good one. Memorable.
Amazing.
Exhilarating. Spectacular.
Climactic.
Incredible.
Life-changing.
So lucky that I got to do it. I feel so fortunate, and I'm so sorry it's not still going.
So I wasn't there, but I heard about it every vacation from my dad, and it was moving just to hear what he had to say. Well, this is some quotes from my dad in an article in the Spotlight, 1998. My dad is 84 years old. Reflecting with Robert Caldwell. The interviewer is Richard Nelson. So Nelson asks, is there any one program that you are especially proud to recall? And my dad replied, my fondest memories have to be with senior seminar. It was merely another reminder of how East was always on the cutting edge of educational change. We were, quote, doing integration long before it was mandated for everyone else, and we were doing alternative education long before it became the familiar practice in American schools. Then Nelson asks, what made senior seminar so special? First of all, says my dad, it was made up of a cross-section of East High with a mixture of interests, races, and academic abilities. The main thrust was experiential education. In this program, the lessons of self-sufficiency, independence, teamwork, leadership, and relationships worked at levels that could never be achieved in the traditional classroom. Most of all, programs such as Senior Seminar further reinforced, often to a jealous district, that there was only one educational philosophy that guided any program at East. Take what you get and produce the best you can.
But I wanted to say that this came from a lot of people, and I think you touched that. A lot of people's hands. We originated with some of our trips into Mexico, and we climbed El Diablo. How many people got to the top of El Diablo? Okay. The early year, when we were trying to get to the top of El Diablo, old 232 broke down. I was shoveling it around. You remember that? Anybody remember that? Yeah. Well, yeah. It was actually on the road going up to pick you guys up off of El Diablo. And so I hiked down into the canyon, went clear down to the bottom because Emil was the last guy, and I knew Emil. We all knew Emil. He could do anything. He was a hell of a mechanic. And so I went down and got Emil. We took another bus, drove in, and I'd written all the numbers off that transmission onto a piece of paper. Hiked down, got Emil. We drove clear into San Diego, bought parts, or actually bought a new transmission, hauled it down into the middle of the blinking wilderness, and Emil crawled under that bus. And the shaft was this much too long. Everything else was exactly right. So Emil rebuilt that other transmission from the parts of the one we got in San Diego. And that's the kind of thing that we did to make the senior seminar happen. Basically, I just wanted to say that the seminar was a magical thing that happened because of guys like Chuck Kettering, like Bob Caldwell, like Joe Noel, Colorado Outward Bound School, and all I did was sit at their knee and learn from them. And we brought forth the seminar. And and as you can see, I've touched so many people.
Quiet in the back.
We're impacted. And I appreciate very much you being here. Thank you very much.
Seminar took off in '70 and I was crushed. How could I not be part of that?
It had a tremendous influence on my life. And I hope that, I had some influence on students who are here as well. It just was a great experience, and I'm so lucky to have had it.
I think for me, the experiential learning part of it was just amazing because I'd never had a really chance to do that before. I learned sports by doing, but but this was learning life by doing. And wow, that really opened me up. And I have 2 kids now, and I raise my kids that way. So I always emphasized experience over book learning whenever we had a chance.
We traveled, we climbed peaks, we lived in Hermosillo, we lived on the reservation at Chinle, we rafted the Green and the Yampa. Man, what was not to like?
And when I went to the reservation and I had to really work, that family put me to work. I cooked, I herded sheep, I fed lambs. It was a really good experience for me to see that though my people's life, my parents and my family's life hadn't been a bowl of cherries, some people lived a much harsher life, and that gave me the perspective I needed as a kind of spoiled 17-year-old kid.
Helping the lady that was one of our sponsors, we put a metal fence around her deceased dad's ground, and she's never gotten over it. We've gone there a couple times and visited, and she's never forgotten what Seminar did with the school bus, with the parts of the metal fence that went to the memorial site, was in the Seminar bus. And that's just one of the stories that I'm very proud of.
I survived the Mexico trip. That was tough. I would say the rafting trip was the most difficult. First of all, because it was cold and snowed the first night we were out there. And secondly, I was terrified that I would fall out of the boat because I can't swim. So I would and I was really skinny then, so I'd pack everything around myself as much as I could because I would not fallen out of that boat. And I didn't.
But the really beautiful experience that I had that I carry with me every day is that my Navajo sister had to have some surgery, and the family wanted to do a sand painting before the painting because she was going to have, I think, her gallbladder taken out. And the mother looked at me, and although normally I would not be allowed to see the ceremony of the painting, she said that I had blue light around me and that it was okay for me to be there. And I had a very spiritual experience getting to watch them connect with the spirit.
Like everyone else, Mexico was without a doubt the most memorable of our year doing seminar. River trip is another huge memory. I love recalling building trails at Bar Lake. I love recalling shadowing a plumber, electrician, and a carpenter. Those were experiences that were definitely outside the classroom. And I'll be forever grateful for those experiences and for kind of giving the structure of classroom time a little going outside the box. The whole thing was just an exciting thing to be part of. Thank you, Seminar. Thank you, all of you who founded this thing, because it's an amazing experience for a young student to go through. And again, years later, as I got to really embrace it, I know for sure that this is something that should happen again.
It was the best thing I did. It made me brave. It taught me so many lessons that might not have seen evidence of for a few years, but I traveled the world, I tried new things, I learned to talk to people because I was so incredibly shy, and I am grateful for it every day.
Because I have had many challenges in life, and just if I had not had the experience of senior seminar, I would not have known that I could persevere through so many challenges to come out on the other side and be grateful and succeed.
alive. Alive. I'm alive because this experience, I feel alive. You know, I got to see all of it. Every bit of it was uplifting to me. I say that because I'm a stroke survivor and a heart attack survivor. And each time that I took my step of getting out of the wheelchair, I thought about senior seminar. Each task that we tackled, from the challenges of being downtown, putting on a mask, to being in a wheelchair, of having to depend on each other for guidance, and to solo in Mexico, everything was uplifting for me. It's a blessed day to have a blessed day, and a good day to have a good day.